Recent weeks have seen Beyond the Gates' Central Dupri clan deal with the emotional fallout of not only matriarch Anita's cancer diagnosis, but the very real impact such news on an entire close-knit community. And now, the show is doing everything in its power to not only educate its audience about the dangerous condition, but help them in seeking preventative care and treatment. Toward the end of December, Dupri matriarch Anita was diagnosed with breast cancer, and knowing there are millions of women fighting the disease, the CBS soap has partnered with the Know Your Lemons Foundation to raise awareness about important life-saving initiatives. Through Anita's powerful storyline, the collaboration aims to provide insight into the experience of diagnosing and treating the disease. The first of two PSAs aired on January 1st, featuring the actresses who play Anita's daughters, Carla Mosley and Daphne Duplessis. And if you haven't been following along, Anita's diagnosis was confirmed as triple negative, which is most commonly found in Black women. With Anita's family now aware of her breast cancer, viewers will watch as the storyline continues to unfold in the months to come. Not only will we follow Anita's chemotherapy journey and witness the emotional impact on the family as they navigate genetic testing for both the women and men who must confront the realities of the disease, we'll see the physical and mental impact of chemotherapy on Anita, with a heartfelt, realistic look at a tragically common situation, including hair loss and the impact of the results of the BRCA gene test for her daughters and grandchildren. In fact, most recently, the Dupri clan was delivered a good news, bad news scenario, as Nicole found that she does not carry the gene, while Dani learned that she does in fact carry the gene, and may have passed it on to her daughters, Chelsea and Naomi. Though there has been a 4% decline in breast cancer deaths since 1989, there is a mortality gap between Black and white women. Access and awareness are often barriers to Black women getting the care they need, and in partnering with Know Your Lemons Beyond the Gates, is hoping to help their audience understand the importance of and need for testing. Our goal is to tell a story that raises awareness about the prevalence of triple-negative breast cancer and the importance of regular screenings to aid in early detection, stated the show's executive producers Michelle Valjean and Tracy Thompson. Beyond that, we want to encourage and empower women to take an active role in their own breast health. You are your own best advocate. So often we don't learn about breast health until we have a breast problem. In partnership with Beyond the Gates, we can educate about the 12 symptoms of breast cancer and share an app that has saved many lives through early detection of breast cancer, added Dr. Corrine Ellsworth-Beaumont, CEO and founder of the Know Your Lemons Foundation. Including us in the promotion of Anita's character and diagnosis is a meaningful way to not only raise awareness among viewers, but also encourage action, get screened, report a change, and feel more confident about their health. We're thrilled to be working alongside the show team to bring this education to everyone. Visit Know Your Lemons for more information and details on their app, where you can customize options for Black breast health, calculate a personalized risk score based on age and health history, build a custom screening plan tailored to country guidelines and risk factors, learn the 12 signs of breast cancer using easy, memorable visuals, follow self-exam audio guides to understand what feels normal and how to report a change, and get reminders and earn badges to stay on top of screening and monthly self-exams. Meanwhile, even as the soap tells a story we suspect will bring it a great deal of attention come Emmy season, they've already scored 2 nominations in the NAACP Image Awards. "We're officially nominated!" declared Amber Michelle on her Facebook page after learning the show had received nods in both the Outstanding Drama Series and Outstanding Hair Design. "You all did this with your commitment, talent, and dedication," Valjean said to her team on social media. "I couldn't be more grateful. Not only do we send everyone at the show our congrats for their NAACP nominations, but we commend the CBS soap for taking this step to help bring awareness to their viewers, and for helping to fight breast cancer." Only hours after Anita's treatment, she gets the news that while Nicole tested negative for the cancer gene, Dani was not so fortunate. At the same time, many around Fairmont Crest are holding their breath to find out the results of the tests on Chelsea and Naomi. Carlton is there to help Nicole process Dani's situation, while Ashley looks forward to her first date with Grayson, the lab tech who handles the test results. As for Dani, she spends the evening with Andre. "I may have lost the genetic lottery," she says, "but the love one? Baby, I ran the tables." Although Vernon does everything in his power to keep Anita calm, she refuses to stay at the mansion when her family is in need. Her timing is kinda awful, however, as she shows up on Dani's doorstep just as Andre is about to give his wife some sexual healing. "I brought that child into the world. You think I haven't seen her naked behind?" Anita declares before heading into the bedroom, while Vernon advises his son-in-law to always be Dani's soft space to land so that no one else will be. Anita apologizes to Dani for passing the gene on to her, which Dani brushes off as foolish. "They didn't even know this gene existed when Nicole and I were born," she points out. At the hospital, Chelsea pulls Madison aside and says she wants to live life large, despite what might be a ticking time bomb inside her. Nicole gets increasingly tipsy as she tells Carlton that she's supposed to be the family fixer. He urges her to be real with him, and she admits to being terrified times a million. As she spirals, Carlton keeps her from getting too tipsy, instead suggesting they go back to her place. She wonders if he's embarrassed, but he simply doesn't want to share her with everyone at Uptown. Once at Nicole's place, he tries to keep her from getting out of control, which leads to her spiraling and suggesting he leave so she can let her hair down. But being the rock she needs, he says he'd never dream of letting her drink alone. They begin dancing and kissing, but she eventually falls asleep on the couch, and he proves a gentleman by covering her and cuddling on the couch. Naomi tells Ashley a coffee date with Grayson is a bad idea. Coffee breath alone. Instead, she convinces Ash to go on a double date at Uptown. Grayson is more than happy with the change of venue, where he and Ashley get to know one another better. Watching from a nearby table, Jacob can tell that Naomi approves. "Remember, Ashley has to like the new puppy before we adopt him," Jacob says. She very nearly initiates a first kiss, but realizes they are being watched. Instead, she invites Grayson back to her place. Next on Beyond the Gates, things get a little bit crazy when Leslie and Marcel connect. Then again, with these two, would you expect anything else? And if you want more Wednesday teasers from all 5 soaps, click here. The Thursday, January 15th, spoilers for Beyond the Gates focus on another clash between Dani and Hayley. Also, Anita reaches her limit, and Ashley has an update for Naomi and Shanice. It is common knowledge that Hayley is beyond over Dani getting Bill's focus. She has no empathy for the fact that Dani recently tested positive for the BRCA gene. Bill, hightailing it over to Dani's house once he found out about the news, cuts into the time she could be using to turn herself into a Black Widow. The weekly spoilers reveal that Hayley doesn't sit back and let her husband disrespect her in this manner. Look for Dani and Hayley to clash in what will probably be an epic confrontation. Who will walk away the winner? And just a little aside, did everyone see Thomas eavesdropping on Hayley at the office? Has her conversation with her cousin piqued his curiosity? Will he tell Bill what he overheard? How will he handle things? Anita Dupri has undergone her first chemotherapy session. As soon as she returned home after the procedure, she found out Nicole had tested negative for the BRCA gene, but Dani had not. So she raced over to Dani's to console her, and she apologized for passing on the gene, something she had no control over. But that's the gist of this. Anita has no control over what's happening to her. As much as she may think she does, she doesn't. And that may be the reason why Anita suddenly reaches her limit. She's experiencing a range of emotions right now. On top of that, she feels betrayed and helpless. Will it take more than Vernon to help lift her up? Because this journey is more of a marathon rather than a sprint. In Tuesday's BTG, Ashley went on a supposed double date with Grayson, the lab tech, and Naomi and Jacob. Only there wasn't much interaction between the couples. At the Uptown bar, Ashley and Grayson quickly got to know each other. They flirted, and then they quickly decided to exit stage left and head to Ashley's place to get to know each other even more. On Thursday, Ashley dishes on the sudden resurrection of her love life when she has an update for Naomi and Shanice. In other news, Ted has a request of Eva, which then puts her at odds with Kat once again. It doesn't take much for Eva and Kat to clash, So what favor does the plastic surgeon want from his daughter? Does it have to do with what's going on with the Dupris right now? Finally, Jessica has a proposition for Tyrell. This could be related to their college drama, or it could have to do with this cotillion business that Jessica says she has no time for. It's an archaic ritual that she thinks only benefits the bougie class. Will her proposition involve one of these scenarios or something completely new? Beyond the Gates spoilers remind fans that Jordi Villuso debuted his new character, Grayson Perez, on the CBS soap during the Tuesday, January 13th episode. Ahead of Grayson and Villuso entering the land of Fairmont Crest, his co-star, Jen Jacob, welcomed him into the fold in the best possible way. Jacob hopped on Instagram this past Monday, January 12th, and uploaded the cutest reel ever. With Paul Russell's Lil Boo Thang playing as background music, Jacob filmed a video of Ashley Morgan's apartment, from living room to bedroom area and bathroom. She zeroed in on Villuso sitting on the couch as he gave a cute look at the camera. Jacob's IG caption read, "At Jordi Villuso has entered the chat, tomorrow 1:13. On at Beyond the Gates, Beyond the Gates, Ashad BTG." Ashley and Grayson went on a date during the Tuesday, January 13th show, and sparks flew left, right, and center. From the looks of it, Grayson and Ashley are slated for a hot romance, which is exactly what the vanilla nurse needs in her life right now. For BTG viewers that recall, she was interested in Andre Richardson, but was dating firefighter Derek Baldwin. Still, when things fell apart with Derek, she went back to Andre to give a romance a chance. However, she was too late as he had fallen for and married Dani Dupri. Will Grayson help Ashley forget about her disastrous past love life? Here's hoping he does. David Lamy Freebie not only liked the Instagram post, but also left 2 shocked emojis in the comment section. In addition, Villuso's former The Young and the Restless co-star Connor Floyd, who is now on Days of Our Lives, also liked the post. Floyd played Chance Chancellor in Genoa City and was the detective partner to Villuso's Ray Rosales character. Floyd is also slated to debut on Days in April of this year, playing the Chad DiMera recast. Soap veteran Jordi Villuso is adding another daytime drama to his credits. He debuted as lab tech Grayson Perez on Beyond the Gates on January 13th. This marks the actor's 5th soap role, and Villuso is excited to jump in, as you will see in the interview below. Grayson is a lab technician at Garland Memorial Hospital and is a potential new love interest for Ashley, who is single and ready to mingle after breaking up with Derek. Grayson was raised by a single mother, but the roles have been reversed as he takes care of his ailing parent. When asked what attracted him to the role, Villuso revealed, "The show has given me a great story, and I am really excited to share it with you all." The actor was also psyched to be on a new show. "When I was on Guiding Light, I remember they were celebrating their 50th anniversary of the television premiere, but being on a new show is really exciting," the actor recalls. One of the perks of the new gig is getting to work with really talented people like Jen Jacob, Ashley, adding, "There's a chemistry that I believe came through because I don't think they would have kept writing for us as much as they have. Her character has been very kind to Grayson." On his wish list to share scenes with? "I would love to work with Greg Vaughn, Kial, because he and I have been on all these shows together and we never got to." He also mentioned John Lindstrom because he loves chopping it up with those guys who play the bad guys, because ultimately, that's the role that I want to play. Villuso caught the attention of soap viewers with his breakout role as Tony Santos on Guiding Light, a performance that earned him the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Younger Actor in 2003. The role put Villuso firmly on the daytime map and launched a career that would span multiple iconic soap operas. "It's been quite the journey," Villuso enthused about being in the soap industry for 25 years. Villuso also appeared on All My Children, Days of Our Lives, and The Young and the Restless, where he was also nominated for a Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actor in 2022. Off-screen, Villuso is a devoted husband and father and a person of deep faith. He married actress Caitlin Riley in 2012, and the couple shares 3 daughters, Riley Grace, Everly Maeve, and Lucy Noel. That was also one of the draws in taking the role. taping close to his home in Nashville. There's so much peace here, which we weren't necessarily getting in LA, so this whole journey has been very divinely inspired. I truly believe that it's God's had his hand in it. He recently completed work on a faith-based project that he directed and produced. I finished directing it, and I can't wait to share it. He continues, "It's a big project that I'm doing, but it was something that I received it from our good Lord, and I'm really proud of it. I never thought I would direct something. I never thought I would write something and create something that would be in that space, but it feels so right, and the response has been so positive." According to the actor, it has been all positive. I just had a big meeting this morning about it, so things seem to be really moving in the right direction. Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates on Thursday, January 15th, 2026. Just for something different, in Thursday's episode, Dani and Hayley clash. The further we go watching Hayley and her scheme, the harder and harder it is to care about her feelings one bit. Here we go again with the jealous wife routine. Come on, Hayley, it's getting old. While we are on the topic of something a little different, LOL, in Thursday's episode, Ted has a request of Eva, which then puts her at odds with Kat once again. These two have been sparring since the day they met each other, and it has no end in sight. The only difference now is that everyone but Kat has forgiven Eva. The strongest woman behind the gates has her limits, and in Thursday's episode, Anita reaches hers. The worries for her own health and existence are multiplied by her fears and worries for her daughter, Dani, and her grandchildren, who are also affected by the Burkitt gene. Anita feels like she has handed them all a sentence, which isn't the case, as her husband Vernon told her, but it sure feels that way to her. In Thursday's episode, Jessica has a proposition for Tyrell. As we know, Tyrell's opinions on the cotillion and what it all means mainly came from his girlfriend Jessica. Tyrell could be set to make a major decision regarding his education based on where Jessica intends to attend university. Could today be the day that Jessica wants to meet Tyrell in the middle? Or will this put Tyrell further at odds with his parents? In Thursday's episode, Ashley has an update for Naomi and Shanice. Seeing as the date with Grayson seemed to go rather well, this could be gossip for Shanice and something a little more serious for Naomi. The results of her gene testing may come back with alarming news. Make sure to check out The Scoop in the next week sneak peek for a deeper look into what's to come this week and what you have to look forward to from your favorite characters and not-so-favorite characters in the DMV. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, January 14th imply that Joey Armstrong needs legal help, while Leslie Thomas's romance takes a dangerous turn. Plus, Pamela Curtis returns to console Dani Dupri. Find out more about Wednesday's episode below. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, January 14th suggest that Joey will turn to Bill Hamilton for a legal matter. Is this for help with his Doug McBride Free Clinic initiative or something else? Joey is always dabbling in criminal activity, so only time will tell. Speaking of Bill, his wife, Hayley Hamilton, will attempt to continue her dire plan for her hubby. Hayley has been trying to poison Bill, but despite the droplets in his tea, nothing seems to be triggering a response. Plus, with Tomas Navarro overhearing her recent phone conversation, will Hayley get away with murder or be stopped? Across town, it looks like Leslie's romance with Detective Marcel Malone will take a dangerous turn. What could this be about? And is Joey somehow involved? Leslie is playing a dire game, partnering up with the casino owner and poking at him, so she better watch her step. Finally, Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday note that Pamela will return to support Dani during this difficult time. Dani just found out she has the genetic marker that increases her chances of getting breast cancer, so her bestie and business partner will rush to be by her side. Elsewhere, Vanessa McBride will show up for a friend in need. That very friend is likely her best friend, Nicole Dupri. Nicole may not have tested positive for those genetic markers, but watching her sissy and her nieces struggle, along with her mom, will be too much for the therapist to deal with. The good news is, Vanessa will be by Nicole's side to listen and offer any words of wisdom she can muster. What storyline are you most looking forward to during Wednesday's show? Comment below. Watch the CBS Soap Daily for all the Fairmont Crest drama and visit CTS regularly for the hottest Beyond the Gates news, updates, and spoilers. Beyond the Gates upped its hunk quotient big time with the addition of soap hopper Jordi Villuso, who played Ray Rosales on The Young and the Restless, to the show. The actor is sharing some backstory about his character, lab tech Grayson Perez, who debuted on January 13th, and about a very important person in Grayson's life. Grayson may be headed for a love match with Jen Jacobs Ashley on Beyond the Gates, but Villuso tells Soap Central there's another vital woman in his world, right one, even though we haven't met her. His key relationship is with his mother, the Daytime Emmy winner explains. Right now, she's the #1 woman in his life. She really keeps his moral constitution in place. She's his lifeline. He has nobody else. Unfortunately, Grayson's mom might soon be visiting Garland Memorial herself, as she is ill, but with what hasn't been revealed. It's a very interesting dynamic to play, Villuso muses. Maybe he's missed some opportunities in life because of his relationship with his mom. The actor hastens to add, but at the end of the day, she's his #1. He has his close relationship with his mom, and she's now at a place where she's not able to take care of herself as much. He's got to step in. There's more than emotion at play, as Villuso points out that assisted living facilities can be rather pricey. So he may have to do some things that are not necessarily on the up and up to take care of her, the actor hints. But they're done for the right reasons. Ultimately, he wants to take care of his mother, and I think that also speaks to his character. Whether it's Nurse Ashley, who becomes Grayson's love interest, or someone else, Grayson is likely going to want someone who understands his familial dynamic and maternal devotion. They've got to understand that he's got to take care of his mom, Villuso says. Ultimately, he'd like to meet someone who understands his situation. Does Villuso have any dream casting for an actress to play Grayson's mother? One name pops up right away: Sandra Santiago, who played maternal mafia figure Carmen Santos, the aunt to Villuso's Tony Santos on Guiding Light. That was the first person who came to mind, Villuso says with a smile. It was Sandra, nobody else. Villuso says that he and Santiago nearly reunited on screen on the Daytime Award-winning soap opera, The Bay, where he played Justin Ramos, and she was Milagros Castro. Unfortunately, I didn't get to work with her, but we had a great talk while at The Bay, the actor says. It would be interesting to play son and mother, Villuso says. I'm not going to tell what the illness is yet, but it would be interesting to dramatize that. Trouble is escalating quickly in Beyond the Gates next week. Joey's entrance into a meeting might disrupt all the things he thought he was in control of. On the other hand, Hayley's strategy is veering toward a shady direction, and Leslie's love story is risking dangerous situations. At the same time, friends are making efforts to support each other. Continue to scroll for more information. Joey talks with Bill about a legal matter, and the timing matters because he had agreed to do business with Leslie only after Vanessa pushed him into it. At first, he was not comfortable at all, but now he even shares the dilemma of how to get through the next step. He needs to have clarity before taking another step. But is it something related to the business dealings with Leslie? Meanwhile, Hayley is continuing with what she has planned. She wants Bill out of her way, and she is trying to keep her pieces in place. Moreover, there's also a hint that things could shift. It can happen if Bill starts to notice anything. However, nothing confirms it. The focus is wholly on Hayley doing exactly what she wants to do, without even hesitating. She is determined to carry it out completely. Elsewhere, Leslie's romantic moment will also get risky. This is the one where she has Marcel's weapon with her, and it's the same one that had appeared in the promo. It feels like the situation will become more serious. Vanessa arrives for a friend who needs her, and it's likely Nicole. Moreover, she doesn't wait around to decide. Elsewhere, Pamela stays with Dani. It's after Dani learns she has tested positive for the BRCA gene. Moreover, Dani is not happy about it, and so Pamela stays by her side while Dani is trying to deal with the news. It's just two friends handling something difficult together. These are the moments that unfold on January 14th. Joey is dealing with his own uncertainty. Elsewhere, Hayley pushes her plan ahead. Meanwhile, Leslie is facing a dangerous moment. Vanessa will offer support, and Pamela is a true friend to Dani. For more Beyond the Gates, spoilers and updates, keep following Soap Opera Daily. Beyond the Gates is heating up in Fairmont Crest as Anita Dupri faces the harsh reality of chemo while learning her husband, Vernon, hid their daughter's test results. Meanwhile, Nicole spirals under the pressure, and Jacob finally talks with his dad. Elsewhere, Ashley prepares for a date with the mysterious new arrival, Grayson. Keep scrolling to know more. Anita came home completely wiped out after the first round of chemo. She started treatment for breast cancer. However, just as she opened the door, things completely changed. Vernon had told her earlier that the news from their daughter's test wasn't yet available. Dani had tested positive for the BRCA gene. Elsewhere, Nicole had tested negative, and he wasn't ready or prepared to tell Anita about the news. Anita has already been going through a lot, and now she has to process the risks her family faces. She is worried about her daughter Dani. However, Dani receives support from everybody. Elsewhere, Dani also leans on Pamela Curtis. Pamela has arrived to give her the comfort a longtime friend usually gives. However, Nicole is spiraling, even though she got a negative result. The entire family are holding on to each other, and even Anita is trying to understand why Vernon must have lied. Elsewhere, Jacob finally has a long overdue talk with Elon. They have both been avoiding this conversation for too long, and they both realized it. Now the father and son finally open up. They let out their frustrations and truths that needed to be said. The Dupris and the Menlos are dealing with their problems. Meanwhile, Ashley Morgan has been getting ready for her date with Grayson. He is the new co-worker who has already caught her attention. Elsewhere, Jordi Villuso plays Grayson's character. The next day, she tells Naomi and Shanice everything. Elsewhere, Ashley, Grayson, and Derek will cross paths again. However, it is Derek's reaction that says everything, and even Ashley feels pulled between the two men. Elsewhere, Anita is confronting truths at home, while Nicole is struggling to steady herself. Jacob finally opens up to his father, and Ashley steps toward a possible romance. For more Beyond the Gates spoilers and updates, keep following Soap Opera Daily. Beyond the Gates is teaming up with the Know Your Lemons Foundation to raise awareness about very important health initiatives. KYL aims to promote early detection of breast cancer by educating people. With this collaboration, both the organization and the show aim to demonstrate the experience of diagnosis and treating breast cancer. In current storyline, the two-time NAACP Image Award-nominated drama is currently airing a storyline in which EGOT-winning diva Anita Dupri is battling triple-negative breast cancer, which is most often found in Black women. The show aired a PSA Jan. 1, featuring Carla Mosley and Daphne Duplay, and there is a second PSA coming. In the next months, viewers of BTG will follow Anita as she undergoes chemotherapy, dealing with the physical and mental side effects like Anita losing her hair. The show will also show the impact that genetic testing for the BRCA gene and its results will have on the Dupri clan. Black women often do not have the same access to breast cancer screening, awareness, and treatment as white women. Working with KYL aims to help get them the care they need. For example, the organization's app contains features like customizable options for Black breast health, reminders to stay on top of screenings, and teaching the signs of breast cancer using visuals. Vernon escorts Anita into the living room of their mansion. She doesn't want him to fuss, but he insists on staying with her until they figure out how she's going to respond to the chemo. Anita knows something is going on, and he tells her Nicole is not a carrier, but Dani is. Anita notes how the Dupris are the be-all and end-all of the world, but she was still able to bring disease into the bloodline. Vernon pushes back, but she can't stop herself saying how she's endangered the lives of her daughter and grandchildren who were just getting their lives together. With that, she decides to go to Dani's, but Vernon demands she rest. Anita is having none of it, and Vernon has Titus pull the car around. Dani is watching her phone to get news about her mother and her daughters. Andre wants her to chill, but she just can't. Andre plants a kiss on her for a little distraction. He follows it up by getting all sexual, and the two discuss just how lucky they are to have found each other. They begin to get all kinds of sexy up in the bedroom when the doorbell rings. They try to ignore it when Andre throws on clothes and heads downstairs. He immediately runs into Vernon and Anita and tries to deflect. Anita is not to be stopped and is all kinds of okay heading upstairs to see Dani's naked behind. She arrives upstairs and takes her baby in her arms. Anita apologizes for passing on the BRCA gene and would have done anything to spare her. Dani tells the truth, saying there is nothing she could have done and is still oh so proud to be her daughter. Vernon tells Andre how difficult it can be to deal a Dupri woman. He tells Andre to embrace their strengths and be a soft space for Dani to land. Andre tells him about the bill of it all and how he got Dani's ex to stay in his lane. Vernon gives Andre his flowers and then calls him son. Just then, Anita and Dani arrive downstairs and join their men in a celebration of how the Dupri women will survive. Here's what's coming up on Beyond the Gates for Thursday, January 14th, 2026. Ted has a request for Eva, while Dani and Hayley have it out. And that's not all. Read on as soap opera news breaks down the day's events for you. Dani has a lot weighing on her these days. Her mom is battling breast cancer, she carries the BRCA gene, and now Dani's daughters need to be tested as well. That alone would be overwhelming for anyone. But even with all of that going on, Dani still finds herself clashing with her longtime nemesis, Hayley. So what sparks this latest showdown? It could have something to do with Bill and his constant need to rush to support his ex-wife every time she faces a crisis. Is Dani finally reaching her breaking point with Hayley? Meanwhile, Ted makes a request of Eva, and it immediately creates tension with Kat once again. It seems like a day where everyone is ending up on opposite sides. What could Ted possibly need from one daughter that causes such a rift with the other? Whatever it is, it clearly reopens old wounds and stirs up more family drama. According to Beyond the Gates spoilers for January 15th, 2026, Anita finally reaches her limit. She has been holding things together for a while now, but something pushes her too far. The big question is what sets her off and what happens once she decides she has had enough. Elsewhere, Jessica approaches Tyrell with a proposition. What exactly is she offering, and what does she expect in return? This could be a move that changes things for both of them. And then there's Ashley. After her recent date with the handsome doctor, everyone is eager for details. Ashley gives Naomi and Shanice an update, and it looks like she is more than ready to spill the beans about Grayson. That's all for Beyond the Gates spoilers for January 15th, 2026. Which storyline are you most excited about? Share your thoughts in the comments, and check back tomorrow for more drama and surprises. Get the weekly BTG spoilers. Beyond the Gates airs weekdays on CBS. Daytime television has a way of pulling audiences in and never quite letting go. And if there's anyone who understands that better than most, it's Jordi Villuso. A familiar face to soap fans thanks to memorable runs on Guiding Light and The Young and the Restless, Villuso is stepping into a new chapter with CBS's Beyond the Gates, a series already making noise for all the right reasons. During a recent episode of the TV Cave's Soap Wire podcast, Villuso and I sat down for a candid conversation about his career, his approach to acting, and why Beyond the Gates feels like something special, not just for him, but for daytime television as a whole. For Villuso, longevity in soaps has always been about staying grounded. After decades in the industry, it's clear he's less interested in flash and more invested in authenticity, a quality that serves him well in the emotionally charged world of daytime drama. That authenticity is especially important on Beyond the Gates, CBS's newest soap and the first daytime drama in years centered on a wealthy, influential Black family. Set within a powerful community and layered with ambition, romance, and secrets, the series represents a long overdue shift for the genre. It's not lost on viewers or the industry. The show was recently nominated for a NOACP Image Award, a milestone moment that underscores its cultural significance and growing impact. Villuso's character, Grayson, fits seamlessly into that larger story while still bringing something personal to the screen. One of the aspects that drew him to the role was Grayson's devotion to his mother, a trait Villuso describes as central to who the character is. That sense of responsibility, loyalty, and quiet chivalry, gives Grayson layers beyond the standard soap archetype, and Villuso is clearly enjoying the nuance. Equally compelling is his on-screen chemistry with co-star Jen Jacobs, who plays Ashley. Villuso didn't hold back when praising their dynamic, calling their scenes together a great tennis game. He added that Jacobs is very smart and deeply invested in the story, noting how rare and valuable that kind of creative partnership can be in daytime television. For soap fans, that chemistry is already translating on screen, setting the stage for what could become one of the show's most talked-about pairings. Despite being a Daytime Emmy winner, Villuso remains refreshingly grounded about accolades. Awards, he explained, set a standard rather than an endpoint. When the story is strong, the work follows, and when it isn't, the responsibility to show up doesn't change. It's a mindset that feels especially fitting on a series like Beyond the Gates, where the stakes go beyond ratings and into representation. And while the drama is front and center, Villuso is also a firm believer in humor. "The humor is so important," he said. "It lightens the mood and makes you more loose." In a genre known for emotional extremes, those lighter moments often become what audiences remember most: the human beats between the chaos. As Beyond the Gates continues to find its footing and earn recognition, Villuso seems right at home. When asked to tease what's ahead for Grayson, he offered 3 words that say just enough: "Be careful, please." Soap fans would be wise to take that warning seriously. Between its cultural weight, compelling performances, and actors like Jordi Villuso clearly firing on all cylinders, CBS daytime drama Beyond the Gates has teamed up with the Know Your Lemons Foundation to shine a spotlight on life-saving breast health education through a powerful new storyline. The collaboration officially began airing on December 15, 2025, and centers on a major health crisis within the Dupri family. In the storyline, family matriarch Anita Dupri, played by Tamara Tooney, is diagnosed with breast cancer. The goal of the partnership is to help viewers better understand what diagnosis and treatment can really look like, while encouraging awareness, early detection, and proactive healthcare. Beyond the Gates is also airing 2 public service announcements tied to the campaign. The first PSA aired on January 1st and features series stars Carla Mosley and Daphne Dupri. Anita's breast cancer is confirmed as triple-negative breast cancer, a form that disproportionately affects Black women. After sharing the devastating news with her husband Vernon, played by Clifton Davis, and daughters Dani and Nicole, viewers will follow Anita's journey over the coming months. The storyline will realistically explore chemotherapy, including the physical and emotional toll it takes. Viewers will see Anita experience hair loss, fatigue, and the mental strain of treatment.